Welcome to Clover Culinary. I'm Lady Clover Honey, and I'm so glad that you stopped by to visit my kitchen here in Jersey City. So tonight we're going to cook up a dish that's a classic comfort food, savory, delicious, and satisfying. I'm talking about sausage. Now sausage is an easy food to cook because it's already flavored, it's already seasoned, it already has its own herbs and spices within the meat, so you don't have to worry too much about seasoning the meat yourself. Now this sausage is actually chicken sausage, and it's flavored with sun-dried tomatoes, basil, and oregano. So we're going to cook this up tonight. Now what people usually cook sausages in, you could bake them, grill them, but most people like to cook it with sausage and peppers and onions. So we'll cook the sausage with peppers and onions, and since it's already flavored with sun-dried tomatoes, I'm going to add some fresh tomatoes to it today. So let's get started and prep the sausage. Now sausage could be cooked whole, as whole links like this, or you could cut it. I don't leave it intact when I cook it, but whatever way you prefer. And I think for the guests, I think it's easier to eat a sausage that's been cut. Wait a minute. Oh yes, a sausage that's been cut. I was thinking about something different. Don't ask. So let me just cut the sausage right now before I start to fry it. I'm going to cut it on an angle. I like to live life on an angle. I can handle 3 at a time. Here we go. Oops. And this way your guests don't have to cut it before they eat it. It'll already be cut for them, so. There we go. Now for the vegetables. So right now I have my washed peppers. I have a green and a yellowish orange. It can be whatever color you want. We're fortunate the sausage is already cooked, so we're really just heating it up. Now I'm also going to add fresh tomatoes to my sausages because it's flavored with sun-dried tomatoes, so I figured I would add some fresh tomatoes. Just don't want to get this core in your food, so you just slice around it. Here, and we got our nice plump, juicy tomatoes. Either tomato or tomato. Here in New Jersey we pronounce it tomato. So I don't know, but it's cool to pronounce it tomato if you want to be fancy. I'm just going to cut this into slivers too, so it would cook up. Tomatoes cook up very fast. So this flavoring should go really nice with the sun-dried tomato flavored sausage. So our prep work is done. I chopped up the onion and the garlic off camera. I never chop onion on camera because I cried. It's not pretty because my makeup runs, but not that I wear that much makeup. I'm a natural beauty, but everything is already prepped, so now we just gotta heat things up and start our cooking. Now I'm gonna cook this in, I have here extra virgin olive oil. Of course you could use any oil you want. I'll put the oven on first. I'll put it on a medium flame. Now you can put whatever oil you want, vegetable oil, corn oil, but I think sausage tastes better in olive oil. Now there's 3 kinds: regular olive oil, virgin olive oil, and extra virgin olive oil. I don't know what the difference is, but I guess a virgin is someone who's never had any, and an extra virgin is someone who never even thought about it, but And it was about a half a cup of oil. I'll just put here, and then we have to heat it up. Always, the number one rule of the kitchen is to make sure your pot and your oven is well heated before you put the food in it. I guess the same thing could be said about the bedroom. But we're going to heat this olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Sausage is very lean. If you use the pork sausage that was raw, it would make more grease. But so this is about a half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. There we go. So now I'm heating up my olive oil. Just put a little bit more in. Like I said, my sausage is very lean. I like a lean sausage. And my olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, is heating up. I love the extra virgin olive oil. But really, any olive oil would be good for sausage, but use whatever oil you want. So let this heat up for about 2 minutes until some smoke starts to come out. Okay, so I think my oil is heated up now. So the first thing you put in when you make sausage and peppers and onions is onions. I chop them off camera. I just saute them first because they need to be sauteed the most. We'll just saute these in the oil until they're like nice and clear and slightly brown on the edges. They call that caramelized when you brown your onions, but it doesn't really taste like caramel, but so I'm just going to make sure these are clear, and then before I add my other ingredients. Okay, so now my second ingredient that I'll add is chopped whole garlic that I previously chopped up. Even though that doesn't make me cry, but I chopped it anyway. So I peeled and chopped up about 2 or 3 cloves of garlic. I'll add that to the onions. Of course, you could always use onion powder if you want to use fresh onion, and that's okay too. But since all the other ingredients are fresh, I figured I'd use the fresh garlic. So I think my onions are to the point now where they're clear, and I'll add my peppers next. So I have my fresh sweet bell peppers. The sweet bell peppers, I'll add them. I have them in yellow and green. They also come in red, but I figure since the tomatoes are red, I'll saute these. And they're very firm. I'll just saute these a little bit with the onions for about 3 or 4 minutes for them to get And now I'll add my tomatoes. I add my peppers a couple of minutes before the tomatoes because the peppers are much more firm than the tomatoes are, so I give them a little bit of extra time. So now I have my ingredients sauteing together in the beautiful extra virgin olive oil. Like I said, this meat is already seasoned and salted and flavored. So I'm just going to season the vegetables a little bit before I add the meat in. So just put salt and pepper to taste. A little salt. It depends on how you like it. If you like things salty, so I'm salting these up. And then I add some black pepper. A little black pepper. And I'm also going to add a little oregano. Give it that like Italian. Oregano goes very good with sausage and vegetables. There we go. Add some dried out oregano. Of course you could use fresh oregano, but I'm using fresh garlic, dried oregano. A little parsley. Oh, the parsley opens like this. And that's it. It's be very flavorful with our garlic and spices and get the veggies all flavored up so when the flavored sausage comes. But the vegetables still seem a little firm to me, so I'm just going to let them saute and simmer for about 2 or 3 minutes more before I add the meat. Okay, so we'll just let this sit for like 3 minutes and get our vegetables nice and cooked up. So I think the vegetables are at a consistency that's pretty good now, so I'm going to add the meat right now, our sausage. Our cut sausage, and I'll just mix that around with the peppers, onions, garlic, and tomatoes to make a savory, delicious dish. Okay, I'm going to add something that's very optional. I'm going to add about a cup of chicken broth. It's about a cup and a half of chicken broth I have, because the sausage is chicken sausage. I'm only doing this because I'll be serving this over pasta. I don't have enough liquid to cover the pasta. Now, if you're using a raw sausage, a pork sausage, it will have much more liquid to come out of it, but since my chicken sausage was very lean, and I added a cup of chicken broth to it to make a nice, delicious peppers with a sauce to cover our pasta later. I just let this simmer, make sure the meat and everything gets cooked and everything marries and simmers together, all the flavors. So you have all these beautiful, delicious colors and smells and garlic and onion and a lot of delicious flavors we have here. So I'll just put the lid on and I'll just cover it and let it check back in about 5 minutes. Oh, okay, so I think our food is done now. Too bad you could smell it. It gets very colorful, smells really good. We'll see how good it tastes. And you could serve this over rice or pasta. I'm going to serve it over pasta. I have ziti ricotta. It says ziti with the stripes on it. And I'll just pour this. Make sure to turn the heat off. And I'll pour the sausage and peppers and onions and garlic and tomato over the pasta and serve it. I have 2 dishes because I'm expecting someone else. I have a celebrity dinner guest, food taster for me. He loves to taste all my foods. So let's see what he has to say about this dish. And hopefully he'll like it. And I'm sure he will, because this is really good. So what we have here is sausage. We have sun-dried tomato chicken sausage with peppers, onions, garlic, tomato, seasonings, served over ziti ricotta. Ziti ricotta. Well, ziti. Well, tonight I have someone very special coming to taste my sausage and peppers with me. He's a singer, songwriter, actor who's in the horror film The Barn 2 coming out soon. And his name is, of course, Lovari.
How are you, darling?
Hello there. I'm so glad that you came by.
Absolutely, I'm on set of a music video for my album Moment of Love.
And you look sharp in that outfit.
But I smelled that food. I was like, oh my goodness. And I love all of your dishes. You're an amazing cook.
Oh, thank you. I have chicken with sun-dried tomatoes, sausage with peppers and onions and tomatoes. So let's dig in.
That's my favorite dish.
Okay, well, before you dig in, people could top this dish with Parmigiano and Romano grated cheese if you'd like to put that on there.
Sure. Now, I've had this dish from you before, so I love it. It's delicious. I've never had it with the cheese. It's my first time. So let's...
Or you could even put shredded mozzarella cheese on top if you want.
I love that. You yell at me, though. When I do that and I come here, I try to sneak in the kitchen and grab the mozzarella cheese and just eat it all.
Well, that's for cooking, not for snacking.
So, this isn't my first time having this dish. It's my first time having it with the grated, cheese on it, because I sneak all the time and I take your shredded mozzarella, but I just gobble it up.
Yes, now we have cheese, we have meat, we have vegetables, we have pasta for the carbohydrate. Yeah, so we got everything here and lots of different flavors. I hope you like it. This is delicious chicken sun-dried tomatoes.
So delicious.
Oh, thank you.
So here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of, regular sausage. I love chicken. This is amazing. I love it. And the mixture of the vegetables and everything is just the right mixture. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing is overpowering anything else.
So Lovari, enough about the food. I want to hear about your new album, Moment of Love, and also you're in a new horror film called The Barn 2. I want to hear about that.
So the album Moment of Love is a collection of remix. There is one original track on it, my first Billboard charting single, No Day Like Today, duet with Adam Barta. Super excited about that.
Again, I was in that music video with you and Adam Barta and the Real Houses of New Jersey. That was so much fun.
Just continuing to promote that album. Went to #2 in the iTunes Electronic Album Charts, top 40 of the iTunes Pop Charts. So super excited about that. This is an outfit from one of my music videos. And in regard to the horror film The Barn 2 that's coming out in 2021, honored to work with Linnea Quigley on that, and Ari Lehman, who plays Jason in Friday the 13th. Linnea is the star of Night of the Demons and Return of the Living Dead, one of my favorite actors of all time. And we're also going to be in another project called Zombie Games, which is going to be on the Dragonfly Network, and that's really exciting too. So I'm super stoked about all these projects, but I'm even more stoked right now about filling my mouth with this.
Oh. So this is Lady Clover Honey, enjoying my fabulous food at Clover Culinary. So thank you so much for coming by.